Hi. I'm just making sure I'm live in the right place. It looks like I am, so jump on and say hi if you can. I'm just still checking everything out. Making sure I am live. No, I don't want to do that. I want to... No, I'm sorry, continue editing. Okay, I'm just checking I'm live in the right place. And if I can expand that window. Okay, what's it doing? There we go. I think that's right. So jump on. I can't see comments, so why can't I see comments? Let me just check. Why can't I see comments? Okay. Let me just try again. Just bear with me while I get this up and running properly. I don't normally have problems. There we go. I think that's... Bear with me while I get this up and running. Yay, I've got it. Hi Elizabeth, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So let me just go back here where I can see things. Okay, so today is Make and Create Card and a Cuppa. It is earlier than normal. Normally it's at 3 o'clock, but I've got a couple of appointments this afternoon. Been running around. I've got to pick up new glasses and... you've got to go to an appointment. Hi Felicity, you're very welcome. Yeah, I've got appointments this afternoon. That's why I've had to go live this morning rather than pre-record. I thought I'd go live earlier because I think it's nicer being able to chat. So that's why it's earlier today. So I hope that doesn't inconvenience anybody. And yeah, this is my Make and Create Card and a Cuppa. So what the Make and Create is all about is that if you order from me the month before, if you place a $50 or more order with me the previous month, you get a little card pack sent out to you in the mail. Mine's not completely exactly like the one they sent out because I'm going to do a bit of cutting and scoring and show you how it works. But I send that out in the mail and then you can make along with me. So that's what Make and Create's all about. It's generally always the last Wednesday of the month. So if you've purchased from me the month before, placed an order over $50, then you'll get a little card pack in the mail the following month for Make and Create. So I do appreciate all the orders that I get. And yeah, I'm very grateful and thankful for those. So let's go down to the craft desk and we can get started. Okay, now this is the card we're going to make today. It's called a pleated fold card or a curtain pleat card. Now I haven't got my light on because I feel like there's enough light coming in from the window even though I've pulled my blind down because I've got glare problems. I'd thought about changing my room around so that my desk wasn't straight under the window, but that's just too hard to think about and I don't think it's going to be an option, so we just have to work with the glare. So yeah, this is called a pleated fold card or a curtain pleat card, and it's just a really pretty way of using designer series paper, using up your designer series paper and showcasing both sides. Hi Lorraine, thanks for joining. So that's what we're going to make today. So let me just show you what we're using. So also the I've got the new annual catalogue. And I've placed my, hi Marilyn. Does it? You know what? I'm toying with, the Facebook makes it hard for you to get on. I'm toying with switching to YouTube because the videos on Facebook, from the end of June, videos on Facebook will be deleted after 30 days. So unless you save them somewhere else. And I always upload the Facebook Lives to YouTube anyway. But I'm toying with going just live on YouTube and then posting a link afterwards on my Facebook page that people can go to YouTube and watch the replay. So I'm toying with doing that because I think YouTube is actually a little bit more friendly in that regard. So watch this space. So if you haven't signed up to my YouTube channel, it's Denise McCabe Stamping Passion Australia. So go to YouTube and search me out and subscribe, and yeah, I'm not sure if you get notifications when I go live on YouTube or what happens because I've only done one live on YouTube, so I'm still sort of learning. Work in progress. You'd love it if I do that? Okay, Marilyn, that sounds like a grand idea. Now, Marilyn, I got a funny email the other day, and I don't know whether it was you. I did send you a messenger message to see if it was you. It just was a bit strange, and I'm not sure if it was you, so it might have been some troll or something. So let me know if it was you who sent me an email. Okay. So, yeah, I've got the new annual catalogues coming. I've done my pre-order. I didn't do a very big one. I've just got, what have I got? I've got a mega suite. I've got the rest of a stamp and die bundle that I got it on stage. What else did I get? I got something else and I can't remember what it is. Isn't that bad? Let me look. No, maybe that's all I got. I think it is. Yeah, it is. So I got the rest of the Turtley Awesome Suite collection because I got that stamp set and die at on stage. I thought it was. I thought the email was a bit strange, Marilyn. Okay, I'll delete it. And you do get notifications. All right. Well, I might watch this space. My Facebook lives might become YouTube lives. So I got the beautiful gallery mega suite that's coming, and I also got the rest of the Turtley Awesome Suite because that's the stamp and dies I got it on stage. I've been some of my team members were giving me a hard time because they think the turtles are ugly, but I thought they were kind of cute, and I had so many flowers. And I thought, no, let's go for something different. So I went with the turtles. And I'm happy with my turtles, even if they are ugly turtles. So if you want a catalogue, I'm only sending the catalogues out to people who've placed orders with me in the last 6 months. If you haven't placed an order in 6 months and you want a new annual catalogue, please reach out. I'm more than happy to send one out to you. They just do cost, and, of course, the mailing is an expense as well. So I don't want to be sending them out to people who are no longer doing craft paper craft as they're crafting, which I don't really understand because I think it's just the most wonderful craft to do. But yeah, please reach out. I'm more than happy to send you a catalogue even if you haven't ordered with me in the last 6 months. So your new catalogues will be coming once I get my box of catalogues and I mail them out. But in the meantime, I'm using things from this year's annual catalogue. You're waiting till next month to do your order? Yeah, I thought about that, Lorraine, but I thought, you know what, I could have done that because I have to actually work full time for the next 10 days, which is pretty ugly. And but I'm doing holiday relief, so I guess I can't complain, and it gives me a little bit more pocket money to play with for stamping products. I still ordered it, and it's being shipped. I got the notification. It's on its way, so why not? And I thought once I finish my 10 days straight of work, I can have a whole lot of new stuff to start creating with. Hello, Margaret. How are you? Thanks for joining. But in the meantime, I'm using things from this year's annual catalogue that is going on the 6th or the 5th of May. It runs through to the 5th of May, this year's annual catalogue. And it's the one that looks like a garden a garden brochure. But I think it's nice. It's people coming together and creating. So I'm using the paper, the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper, and the people who got card packs from me will have probably different ones to what I'm creating with. I just was using what I had left over because you actually use half a sheet of a 12 by 12, so you're waiting to put it in April as well, Marilyn. Yeah, good idea, especially when there's a sales challenge. I'm also using the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder. Now this one is my favourite, and it's not in the new annual catalogue, but that's not to say it's not going to carry over into the online store. So I'm really hopeful that it does, but anyway, that's why I'm using it. And I'm using the Stylish Shape dies, and they are in the new annual catalogue because they are the best set of dies to have. So that's what I'm using there. And I'm going to just sneak in the Happy Mother's Day stamp from the Stippled Roses because I'm now on a mission to make Mother's Day cards for the little shop that I'm supplying. So let's put that catalogue aside. So let's put our card here, and that's glare from the window, so I can't stop that happening. Now, so in your little card pack, you will have a piece of cardstock for a card base, and depending on what colour paper you got will depend on the colour cardstock I sent you. So it could be Petunia Pop, it could be Peach Pie, because it's mostly annual in colours. So I don't know what you've got, but it's the same. It's a standard card base. You will then have a few dies from the Stylish Shape dies to choose from. Now, that I did not cut this one out for, oh, maybe I did. And I've got, it's a Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, and I've got a white one, and I've got Summer Splash, I think that is, for a banner. And then you've got your piece of cardstock. Oh, no, you've got a piece of basic white that has been run through the Distress Tile embossing folder, which I need to do because I haven't done that. So I shall get that out. I wonder why I didn't do that. I'm a silly duffer. I cut my dies, but I didn't do this part. So I will do that first. So I will just grab my embossing machine and bring that over and run that through. So 2 seconds. Okay. Alright, so you do need your large embossing machine for this embossing folder, and it's a 3D embossing folder, so you need just plate number 1, platform number 1, and platform number 4. And we're just going to pop it in there, wind it through, and get that out. So I'll just move this out of the way because I've got my die cuts already done. Okay. Ouch. So I hope you've got your cuppa. I've got my cappuccino in my Stampin' Up mug, but I can't show you because I'll tip it up. And it's very yummy. Okay, so this is there is a new embossing folder coming that's a little bit similar to this. It's called, I think it's called the Damask, D-A-M-A-S-K. Don't know how you say it. Is it Damask or Damask? And it's sort of a little bit similar to this, but it's not sort of as all over a design as this one. I just love this one. It's just my favourite. Anyway, let's hope, fingers crossed, it's going into the online store. If not, I'll just have to suck it up. So that's got your texture behind, and if you wanted to, you could blend some ink over the top. I didn't on my sample card, but I might do that on this one. And let me just put these to one side because I need my trimmer. Okay, so I have got my piece of designer series paper, and you could do this with any designer series paper, anything that you think looks really nice, that you get a little glimpse of either side, like on the sample. Okay, so this piece of paper is 5 inches across, and I've gone with inches because it just is easier. And it's 10 centimeters long. 10 inches long, sorry. So that's the size you need. So it's just a little bit less than half a piece of your DSP, 12 by 12 DSP. Now, I haven't done any scoring on mine. If you've got a card pack from me, yours will be already scored and cut. But I thought I'd show you how it gets scored. So, on the 10-inch on the 10-inch side, you score it at 1 inch and get your cutting blade right out of the way, like I have done. It's up there, it's gone. You score it at 1 inch. You score it at 1.5 inches. You score it at 2.5 inches. I don't want to muck up this scoring. Yep, 2.5. Then you score it at 3 inches. And you can see why inches are just a bit easier. Then you can score it at 4 inches, at 4.5, shoot it along to 5.5 at 6 inches, at 7 inches, is that right? Yes, 6, 7, at 7.5, that's the dog next door barking, not my puppy, at 8.5, and at 9 inches. So that's all the scoring. So there's a lot of scoring, and the reason why I've done it on my piece is just to show you how much is there and where it is. So I'll go over it. You score it at, so it's 5 inches by 10 inches. You score it at 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 2.5 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 4.5 inches. I can't even see that one. Yes, I can. 5.5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 7.5, 8.5, and 9 inches. That's all the scoring. But then you need to get a pencil, and you need, on the 10-inch side, you need to mark a pencil mark at the 4.5 inch mark. Now, I'm just going to use my pencil through my track so I get it right. So 4.5 inches at the top and 4.5 inches at the bottom, and then 5.5 inches pencil mark at the top, 5.5 at the bottom. Now these marks will be important in a minute. And then you turn it to the 5-inch side and you put a pencil mark at the 2-inch mark, top and bottom. You probably can't see the bottom because it's out of vision, but I did do it. I'm down here. And then slide it across to 3 inches and top and bottom. Okay, oops. So then we'll bring our arm back in. We don't need our arm out. Then you're going to cut diagonally. This is all done for you with the paper packs, to the 4 corners. So you're going to get this mark here and down to this mark here. Just checking. That's right. Yes. So you just put those pieces, those marks in your track. So the 2 pencil marks. Cut that off. And the same here. This other pencil mark here and this pencil mark here. Can you see? I'll slide up. That's that side. And flip it around. And you get this other pencil mark here and do it to this one. Yep. Oops, I moved. Let me just get that in there again. There we go. And then this pencil mark here to this pencil mark here. There we go. Okay. And you end up with a piece of paper that looks like this. Kind of a diamond with flat edges, flat ends and tops. So we can put that aside. And if I didn't rub your pencil markings out on your card pack, just rub the pencil marks out. I think I did, but I can't remember. My memory's not that great for things like this. Okay, so then you start with, let's bring our sample back in. You start with a mountain fold, and you can just do it with your fingers. Hi Jan, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. I'm going to have another sip of my coffee. It really is carding a cuppa when I do it at this time. So you start with a mountain fold and then a valley. Then a mountain and a valley. Now, yes, that's the way I'm wanting it to go. Then a mountain and a valley. So that's that side. Turn around and you start with a mountain. So if you've got a card pack, you get this piece of paper out and you start on either end with a mountain fold and a valley, a mountain fold and a valley, a mountain fold and a valley. And if that's the way you want it to appear on your card, press them down with your bone folder. and it's called the pleated card, or pleated fold card, or curtain fall card. That's another name for it. Now if you want it, those colors, because I think the card packs are all a little bit different, I used different paper from this paper pack. That's what it'll look like. If you want it to go the other way, just open it up and reverse the folds. If you want the colors doing the opposite. Now I don't want the peach pie, I want the other way, but I'm just showing you how you can change it around if you don't like the way the colors that you got. Does that make sense? This one's being stubborn. See, that way it'd be more peach pie with only a little splash of the petunia pop on my piece. Hi Deb, thanks for hopping on. So I don't want it that way because it doesn't, to me there's not enough petunia pop showing for the card base. I want it to go the other way, so I'm just going to reverse it back around. So that's up to you. You can just play around with how you want it to present. So start with your mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. I want it that way because it just shows a little bit of peach pie. It's mainly petunia pop with a little bit of splash of summer splash. Ha ha. So let's just give that a good fold down. Now I tend to glue my folds. Just put a little bit of glue. If you want to use tape, you can use tape, but I'm just using a little bit of Tombow, and I'll show you that I'm going to do it both directions. So that direction first, underneath on the folds, underneath on, oh, hold it together. Okay, so I'll just sit on this for a minute to make that adhere. Okay, so that's got my back folds all glued down. Now I'm going to come back and put a little bit of glue under these front folds. Am I going too fast? If anyone's crafting along with me, just tell me to slow down. Pull my head in. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. You don't need to go all the way up and down. I'm just putting a little bit to secure it. Okay, there we go. It's really hard trying to do online classes and making creates when you can't do any stamping. It really does make you have to make your brain think to try and work out, oh no, can't do that. I've got to do something that doesn't have stamping. So that's why I tend to do die cuts and paper folds. So that's what your curtain fold or pleated fold will look like. And once you've got it sort of secured with a little bit of adhesive, it sort of sits like so. Nice, isn't it? Now, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, depending on what colour cardstock base you got, this one's petunia pop, I'm going to get my purple blending brush. And I didn't do it on my sample. And I've got a scrap of card here. Okay, where's petunia pop? Here it is. Now, I'm going to throw these scraps out because they've got all these score lines in them and I can't use that. And that's my mission, not to have clutter. So I am going to get my petunia pop. And I'm just going to ink it up. See, always start off what you're doing so you don't get that kind of blob. I'm just going to put a little bit of ink over my distress tiled embossing folder, but you certainly don't have to do that, and I didn't do it on my sample. There we go. I just think it picks up the raised images, the raised texture, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting. So I'll close that up for the moment. Okay, Jan, thanks for jumping on when you could. It'll be on replay, and I'll also load it up to YouTube. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. So let's attach that to our card base. time is actually a better time for people. I seem to have a few more people watching. Maybe I'll have to rethink my time schedule. We'll wait and see. Okay, so I'm going to pop that down onto my card base. Just mop up a bit of glue spurtage. Okay, so that's that. Then we're going to bring in our pretty paper. And isn't it nice how it's just, if you had a really busy piece of designer series paper or directional, this one was directional. I wanted to make sure my flowers were going up. So if you've got directional paper, now's the time to work out which direction it should go. You don't want your flowers going down. Well, I wouldn't want my flowers going down. Yeah, I know, we've all got clutter, Felicity. Oh my goodness, we've all got clutter. I've been pulling retired stamp sets back out of my sale box because I've been able to use things for the little shop that I'm supplying cards to. And Olivia actually sent me a photo this morning. Little Sage has got a little toy across her, a little play centre with little toys hanging down, and there's a ladybug, and that she's fixated on the ladybug. And I thought, I've got a ladybug stamp set and punch in my sale box. I think I need to pull that out. So I'm sort of trying to declutter, but then I keep pulling things back out. So with your pleated fold paper, make sure if it's directional, make sure you've got the direction going the way you want it. And now, you like watching it this time, Deb? Well, there you go. I might have to reassess. Now we're going to, you can put tape or Tombow on the back of your pleats. I'm just going to put it all away. You know, if I was fully retired, I could do it at this time. But sometimes, you know, I have appointments in the morning, and anyway. So now I'm just going to put it on. Now this will reach over to the size of your card base pretty much. And I'm just going to center it top and bottom. So it pretty much goes from side to side or thereabouts. And I'm just going to just shimmy it up. Denise is not doing a very good job at this. Let's just try again. So if it goes from side to your card base, then that's perfect. This one, somehow the pleats have shrunk in a bit, and mine is going more to the sides of my matting piece, or just a bit more. So I'm just going to hold that down. I know, Felicity. But then you actually need like another house to store them in. and we can't do that. No, I don't think many people can have two houses. Ladybugs are cute. I know. Little Sage is just fixated on this little red ladybug that dangles from her play thing. And I even when Olivia sent me the photos this morning, I messaged back. I said, I have a stamp set in my retired stash that I've got for sale. Maybe I need to pull that back out. So I'm just holding it down while it adheres. It does take a little bit longer to adhere to a texture matting piece. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. Isn't it pretty? And I'll just showcase. I'll hold this up closer. Maybe you can see the, hang on, let me get it right. You can sort of see the colours. It just showcases the paper so beautifully. And how easy is that? Now, I think I've given you multiple banners and circles of colours in your packs, so you can choose which one you want. So I've got this summer, is it Summer Splash or is it Shy Shamrock? Let me double check, because to me they are very similar. No, it is Summer Splash. See, like, it's quite close, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to put that up on dimensionals, and then, but if you wanted to do, if you didn't want the Shy Shamrock banner, you could do a petunia pop 2 circles. I think I gave you multiples. or I could even introduce a little bit of peach pie. It just depends. I'm going to take a vote because I don't want to make a decision. I'm going to say, who thinks I should do the banner and the white circle, or should I do one of the coloured circles and the white circle? So who thinks banner, or who thinks a coloured circle? And whilst you're having a little think about that, I just somehow did something strange then. Let me get back onto my Facebook. I don't know. I couldn't find my mouse, and then it just suddenly disappeared. So I'm going back into my comments to see what people are saying. Nothing strange then. Okay, there we go. Okay, Felicity looks like she's first with the banner. Okay. Banner it is. Okay, so I'm going to do the banner. I'll keep my little circles for another project. And then I'm just going to stamp it. Now, I could stamp in Petunia Pop. I could stamp in Summer Splash. So if you've got a colour that coordinates with your paper and your cardstock, stamp in that. If you've got the new in colours. Oh, Marilyn, you said white with the Petunia Pop circle. Oh, Felicity was first with the banner. So I'm going to go with Felicity this time. But I can recreate some more of these. I'm going to make more Mother's Day cards and I can do circles. So I'm going to stick, I think, with Petunia Pop. Although Shy Shamrock, you could incorporate that into it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And I need a block. And grab my Mother's Day stamp. It's a little bit hard to read, this Mother's Day stamp. I think it's a little bit too fancy a font. But anyway, it fits on the circle, so I'm using it. Okay, so I've inked that up with my Petunia Pop, and I'm just going to stamp it down. It certainly doesn't have to be a Mother's Day card. It can be a birthday card. It can be a thinking of you card. It can be any kind of card. Okay, so clean that off. Oopsie. Okay, so I am going to put that on my banner first with a little bit of glue. And yes, these dies are carrying over. Hallelujah. It's always good to know that they are carrying over. So I'm just centering that on my banner. Okay. And then I'm going to put that on my card with some dimensionals. Here we go. Okay, so let's grab my take your pick tool. Oops, I've gone longer than half an hour. Oh well. Okay, and then I'm just going to center this up on this card. Center it up, and you know what I mean. There we go. How cool is that? I think it's just so pretty. And like, if you're trying to use up designer series paper, go for it. Go for gold. I might have put you, I haven't done it for myself. Of course not. I probably put an insert and a strip of paper here to carry it through into the inside of the card. I'm pretty sure I did that. Now, then I've got the In Colour Gems, the 24-26 In Colour Gems in the annual catalogue. This one I used the Summer Splash. This one, look, I could use anything. I could use the Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, or the Summer Splash. I'm going to go with Summer Splash again. I'm not quite sure. I would have put ones that would have coordinated with your paper in your card pack. So I'm sure everything will coordinate beautifully. I'm going to pop that one down here. And I could put that there, or I could put it over here maybe. I always struggle with the third one. Oh goodness. I'm just going to put there. It's not a matter of life and death. So, the only stamping is the sentiment. So that is our card for today. It's called the Pleated Fold card. So the card itself is not a fold. It's the paper that's the fold. How pretty is that? I think it's so pretty. And as I said, just get some of your designer series paper out and have a look at what you've got left. My goal is to start using up one. The heirloom arrangements kit is stunning, Felicity. I think this is this one. I've only made 2 cards out of that. This is the heirlooms, I can't even say it, heirloom arrangement kit that Felicity's talking about. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I've only done 2 cards. I did it in a video. But yeah, it's just stunning. I knew it'd be your style, Felicity. And there's one coming in the annual catalogue that I think is your style. It's a mega sweet. I think you're going to love it. I love it. It's the one I've ordered. So that's our card for today. So let me just find my OBS and go back to here. There we go. So that's our card for today, using the Unbounded Beauty Designer Series paper. There you go. And just folding it, pleat folding it. Took me back to my sewing days when I was doing pleats with dresses and stuff like that. So thank you so much for joining and watching this morning. I really appreciate it. I have an in-person class on Saturday. I'll have my Make It Monday video going up next Monday. Now, I probably won't pre-record a card and a cuppa next week because, as I said, I'll be working 10 days straight. And I'll give you a break from me. And I'll be back for the following Make It Monday. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've got my online card class on YouTube on Saturday the 5th of April. So you can tune into that one if you want. That's using the Storybook Moments suite of paper. Maybe you do, Felicity. You don't need to get it all in one go, but as soon as I get it, I'll maybe do a little bit of an unboxing of what new products I've got, and you can have a look. But it's beautiful. So thank you for watching, ladies. Really appreciate it. I've got appointments this afternoon, so getting new glasses, picking them up, and yeah, a bit of running around. I've got to buy my son's birthday present. His birthday was yesterday, but we're not seeing him until the weekend, so I've got to buy him a birthday present. So a few bits of running around this afternoon. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please jump over there and subscribe. And I will see you... I looked at the reorder. The scene stamp. Which scene stamp are you talking about, Marilyn? Is that the one that Linda got? The bundle Linda got? I think I know which one you mean. It will be back. So I will see you again on Monday for Make It Monday. Thanks for watching, ladies. Bye for now.